Hi, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be unboxing a Tinker Crate, and I'm excited to get in this and see what it has in store for my son this month. So if you are new to my channel, I created this channel as a homeschooling resource to do unboxings like we're doing today, to give you different curriculum, organizational ideas, and ways to invite Christ into your homeschool space. So if you're interested in those things, please hit that subscribe button and let's unbox this crate. So this one says fiber optic stars. Create a light up display and explore the constellations. So that sounds fun. I love the stars. I've mentioned that before with a few of these other crates where we've gotten stars. I just used to stare at them all the time as a child. But this is what it looks like when we open it up. So I have our blueprints. I don't know what language I was trying to speak there, but not English. And so here's our Big Dipper, some constellations on here. And then when we open them up, it has all of our instructions, and then the back usually has some additional instructions, sometimes additional activities or troubleshooting things if you're having problems with it working. And then this is our extra book, so has a lot of activities, trick of light, so you can learn a lot about light with talking about constellations and stars. Has some stories of the stars, so this would be a fun thing to do and go over some of the mythology behind constellations and stars. So we have this, it says constellations. Let's see. Okay, so it has a few right here. It's color coded, it looks like. So it has Big Dipper, Orion, Ursa Major, Scorpius, and Leo. And Andromeda is also on here. And so they're kind of color coded so you can find what they look like. So that looks pretty cool. And then this is just big foam. I wonder if they're gonna like poke holes through this. And then these are probably the little fiber optics. I'm assuming they're like the little tubes. They're just small and hard to see. Then we have our batteries. We have a few like wire connectors right here. And that's what that is. And then some more foam pieces. I don't know what this is. It's like, I think it's foam, but it's a different shape than I'm used to seeing. And then we have this little box. So like I said, it has the little instructions and outlines, which is nice when they do this because then it makes it much easier to make sure you get it right. So that looks pretty cool. And then I don't know what this is. It's being protected by foam. So I guess we'll have to open it and we'll have to see what that is. But that's what's in this crate. And so I'm excited to let my son get at it and we'll let you know how it goes. So Mazer finished his Tinker Crate. He didn't want to join me today, so just me. I know it's not as exciting, but here I am. So I wanted to show it to you and just give you a little bit of feedback about how it went. So this is one of his constellations he did. This is Scorpio, I believe. And so you can see all the little fiber optics on the back, and then you can turn it on the bottom. I don't think you can see the lights a little bit here, but we took it into a darker room and you can see them a lot better. And so with this, there's two pieces of foam. So he did this one and then he did another one, which is Pokemon. I don't know which ones, but he is obsessed with Pokemon. So that's what this is. And so what you have to do is undo this one to be able to light this one. So again, not the easiest thing to do, but we did it. And you can undo it and put it here. I think he has too many holes on this, but it still works out. We just didn't put all the fiber optics through all the holes that he created. But it gives a few extra fiber optics, probably because of the constellations. So these are the extra ones that we didn't use. And so I'm sure there's constellations you can choose in here that have more than the one that he did. And so you need a few more fiber optics, but he chose to do Scorpio or Scorpius. That's what it is. And so he followed the yellow down here and he used his box. That's what they recommended, and you push it through the foam. And that one needed, I think, 16. But then if you need to add more, it's slightly complicated. Again, sometimes I wish they just send 2 of things because then you can keep them all together. But you have to undo this. So this has a zip tie right here that's holding all these fiber optics together. And so then you have to take it apart and add more if you need more. So I don't know if that's the greatest solution to this, or if they should have just sent enough to do 2. You know, it's like if you're gonna send 2 projects, either it needs to be something easy you can just switch out, or they need to just send a whole nother separate like power device, or at least the fiber optics, because I think this is really easy just to undo inside of here. So even if you just had enough to make a whole nother one, that would be easier than, you know, you don't have to send a whole nother battery pack type thing. Anyways, if that makes sense. But I think the idea is really cool, and he thought it was fun, you know, to watch it all light up and everything. And they send extra supplies, like I said, because you have to undo the zip ties. So there's a few extra zip ties here if you needed to do that. And then you could also do your name. I thought that was a fun idea. So right here, they had an example of someone that did their name. And then they have troubleshooting ideas. We didn't have any problems. Well, before we even attached the fiber optics, we took it down in the basement and turned it on, and it wasn't working. So we realized he hadn't connected it the right way. So he was quickly able to switch that. But this gives you some other ideas if you're having problems. So I really love how they do that because they work and they are very helpful. And again, there's a lot of fun activities in here, lots of things on light and bending light and stars and different things that you could go into this in more depth. So this was kind of a different activity than we've had. Usually he's building something like out of wood, and occasionally they'll do more, I don't know if this is considered electrical type stuff, but, and it was a lot of fun to do something different. So I think we enjoyed it. I think the hardest part for him is honestly following the directions, because since there are pictures, he looks at the pictures and then he doesn't actually read the directions. And so sometimes that works out okay for him, and other times it doesn't work out at all. So, and then the other hard part was just figuring out where the holes were, because you put the chalk drawing on the front, which is what was in the little poppy thing that I showed you in the intro. The poppy thing, I don't know, you know, the little bubbles that kids like to pop that come in mailers. That's what was in it, was chalk, so that you could draw your constellation. So trying to figure out where all the holes were in the back took a little bit of time, and doing this so it didn't fly out everywhere. You know, they said to start at the bottom, and once we did that and read the instructions, it worked really well. So that was the Tinker Crate for this month. We enjoyed it. I think we enjoyed it. I think he enjoyed it. And so if you enjoy seeing these videos, please give us a thumbs up, and we will see you next time.